I come before you to protest the city's decision on this very bid on Ford captive and competitive parts and service that you just heard a few minutes ago from my competitor, Red McCombs. This granted the city's non-warranty vehicle service repair work to them. These vehicles are almost 100% San Antonio police cars, and we have been your repair facility for 6 years, the last 6 years. Jordan Ford is an icon in San Antonio. Next month, on June 17th, we'll celebrate our 90th year in business. We are San Antonio's oldest Ford dealer and proud to employ 220 of your neighbors responsible for their families, proud to represent Ford, the guys who haven't taken a dime of your federal tax money. I come here with my business partner, Mike Trumpeter, and Jerry Reinhardt, our parts and service director. Together, we have over 80 years of employment at Jordan Ford. We come without our corporate lawyer. I speak for myself. It's that important. My father told me as a lawyer that represents himself as a fool for a client. I hope that doesn't happen today, but I may not be as eloquent as him, but I care so much about this issue, I want to speak to you myself. The background is, since '01, Jordan Ford has been the service provider for repairing our city vehicles, mainly police cars, winning the contracts based on the lowest labor rates and parts margins. We have enjoyed a good relationship and partnership with the city, doing quality work with minimal downtime for our police officers. This year, the city chose another service provider based on a lower bid of 10 cents per labor hour and 0.1% margin on parts. Assuming the volume of work is similar year over year, the difference would save the city $665 total dollars for the entire year. But according to this bid, under Section 12, award of contract per Section 252.043 of the Texas Local Government Code, the contract will be awarded to either the lowest responsible bidder or to the bidder who provides goods and services at the best value for the city. In determining the best value, the city may consider price, reputation, quality, past relationship with the city, long-term costs, and any other relevant factors. So examining those two sentences and why they should be considered. The contract had a fill-in-the-blank section for offering the city a discount for prompt payment. We offered 1%, the same as the city has enjoyed with us for years. My competitor and the vendor you selected offered you no discount at all, a zero, in that fill-in-the-blank discount section. Since January of last year, our city of San Antonio has actually, this is not a guess, saved $4,801 with Jordan Ford for prompt payment. So unlike most, our great city is obviously nimble, agile, and efficient enough to pay their bills on time, and by doing so, actually reap the benefit discount from the original contract of $4,800, dwarfing that $665 original contract savings. Since this is a 3-year contract, this should save the city almost $15,000 compared to the $1,800 that you would save under the current contract. So Jordan Ford is the bidder who provides goods and services at the best value for the city. The second sentence is very simple. In determining the best value, the city may consider price, reputation, quality, past relationship, and any other relevant factors. We have a the last 6-year past relationship with this city, a reputation very well known, I believe, and received in San Antonio with no quality issues. One relevant factor is the cost of downtime. We do everything possible to get those police cars back on the road. At the end of last year, the city had not yet chosen a vendor. Jordan Ford was asked to extend last year's contract at much lower rates to convince the city while they took bids. We did this for the city as a partner. It gave them $13 per labor hour in parts discount, totaling $6,900 in 3 months' time of discount. This gesture by Jordan Ford during tough economic times is an example of good faith and relationship, and it's probably why your contract considers past relationship and reputation. We supported the city's request of Ford to do in-house minor warranty work. This was already work done in your own shop, our city's own shop. And now, because of the fact that we agreed to it and signed it, you're able to collect that warranty reimbursement from Ford Motor Company. By agreeing and signing to this, we took revenue out of our own pocket. It was the right thing to do for the city. In summary, we have been a great provider, saving the city time and money for 6 years. We weren't selected for 10 cents an hour, but way more than that made up with it with that prompt payment discount that our competitor did not offer you. Your contract allows you to consider the entire offer, the best value, the full meal deal, and not just 10 cents on the surface or 1/10 of 1%. Your contract also allows you to consider past relationships, like my company extending the old contract at a lower price, saving the city $6,900 in addition to that $4,800 they had already saved. You're allowed to consider quality and quick repair. As the owner and operator of Jordan Ford and as a taxpayer personally, I ask you to reconsider and select Jordan Ford for these reasons and reap those savings of $15,000. However, if you think it would be more prudent to re-examine my savings examples, I would ask you to continue the due diligence for 2 more weeks, giving council members time to look at the math and ask any of us questions. Whichever decision you make tonight, I am here to promise you personally you will not make a mistake, and I won't let you down. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Councilman Clamp.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to, City Manager, who did the contract bidding process? Maybe, can you elaborate on the 1% issue a little bit to make sure that we're clear?
I'll ask Janie Cantu, our purchasing agent, to do that, but I would just say that your choices as the policy body today would be to either accept the bid that follows the state regulations. If you want to change the criteria for how the bids are evaluated, since what is being proposed today is something different than what was requested in the bid, we would rebid it entirely. So those are really the choices for this afternoon. And Janie, would you speak to the 1% issue, please?
Surely. The 1% discount is a discount that is sometimes offered by businesses to return payment quicker. In other words, I'll give you a 1% discount if you pay me within 10 days. It was not part of the bid criteria in this case. The bid had a specific area where they were to offer a firm discount to us on a catalog, auto parts catalog. So that is where we looked for the discount. When we compared those, McCombs bid is lower than Jordan Ford bid. And the issue with using the discount at this point is we would be doing something after the fact and something that the other vendors were not given an opportunity to do.
So in all the contracts that we do, the 1% is really not a factor or a criteria?
It has not been in the past.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, could I add to that we are going to take a look at that. Perhaps that is something that we would want to do in the future, and I would say to the Jordan representatives that are here today, they have had the contract, Janie, for the past 4 years. Is that correct? Yes. So there's not a problem with the company at all. In fact, we appreciate the work that they have done for the city, but we had a bid process with specific criteria, and we're presenting to you how the results of that and that recommendation. If we'd like to change the criteria, then we would need to, we would recommend to you that we rebid it in its entirety, although we're not recommending rebid today, but that's what we would need to do if we're going to change it after the fact.
Nazareth Ruben Flores Pettis.